I need some advice, guys. So my parents are gonna kick me out of the house. Just turned 18, so I got 500 bucks saved up. What do I do? Welcome back. We're gonna play Valorant and answer money question. That's the agenda. Connor says, me and my wife currently rent, spending $2,300. You have one car payment, and you're thinking about buying an RV and living in it full time for 2 years to save money. Thoughts? Yeah, that sounds great. If that's your thing, yeah, I'm on board. How much is your car payment, and what's your income? We do a little bit of math there. I'm assuming you would probably ditch that car for the RV, right? Oh, I actually got away. Random said, I bought S&P 500 ETF. Is that good or not? I love that ETF or that index. I do love me some S&P 500. I see you. Oh. John says, hey man, can you explain the Bitcoin thing happening in 2 months? Halvening? Yes, so imagine you're mining Bitcoin, and as a reward, you're being paid Bitcoin. Yes? Well, every once in a while, an event happens where the amount of Bitcoin that you receive for a given amount of work you do, a given amount of mining that you do, it gets cut in half. So it takes more mining to produce the same amount of Bitcoin. That is the halvening. If that's what is happening in 2 months, I think it is. I think we're coming up on it. Coop says, any tips for breaking compulsive spending habits? Compulsive spending habits? Yes. So here's one thing you can do. A, let yourself spend some money. Carve out like 20-30% of your paycheck, buy whatever the hell you want. You want to blow it all on Valorant skins? By all means. So that's one, allow yourself to spend. Number two, I want you to remove all of the credit cards on your shopping accounts like Amazon or whatever, wherever you shop at. Remove all your cards and make it difficult to buy stuff, because that extra bit of friction of you having, okay, let me pull my credit card out, let me punch in all the numbers, having that extra bit of friction makes a big difference, and you'll be like, okay, maybe I don't need this thing after all. So try those two things. Oh. Okay. All right, Knight on YouTube says, I believe this year is a rebuilding year for Tesla. I think it's one of the reasons their stock isn't doing so hot. They're investing hard into Humanoid and Optimus. That is a long-term play, right? That is a long-term play. I think their best bet is get their cars to be as cheap as possible. And I hate to say it, but have some kind of subscription attached to the car. They have a connectivity plan. So if you want internet in your car, I think it's like 15 bucks a month or something. Thoughts on electric vehicles, says Bath. I have one myself. I love it. I'll never go back to a gas car. That being said, I mean, we are nowhere near having wide scale adoption. Our infrastructure is non-existent. The charging speeds are incredibly slow. So it's like, it's a tough sell for someone who can just go into a gas station, fill up in like 5 minutes or less, telling them, hey, by the way, you kind of have to wait here for probably 30 minutes to an hour to charge. It's like, what? Not doing that. And then there's also cost, right? What kind of car do you have? I have a Tesla Model 3. Gabe says, I like money in Valorant. Gabe, you're in the right place. As I land a headshot. Can we clip that? Clip that? I don't care if I die right now. Blitz on Twitch says, hey man, I'm 17 and my parents are deciding I should pay rent. What should I do? I work for 12 an hour and I pay my own gas and car payment insurance, so I don't know if I can afford it. Interesting. How much are they asking for? Are they being reasonable? Can they make it so you can save 20% of your paycheck and invest it? That would be ideal. There is a common money rule to follow, 50-30-20, right? Half your income going towards your needs, 30% going towards your all the fun stuff, Valorant skins, but then 20% would go towards your savings and investments. So they can make it, if they can line it up so you can at least save 20% of your income, that'd be good. What's the best way to start building credit, says Jetty? Get a credit card, ideally a secured credit card. Use it for essential living expenses. Pay it off in full every single month. Repeat that and you're good. What's the best way to gamble to make 6 figures? Bet it all on black. So Jacob has a good question here. Jacob says, is there any reason why someone shouldn't open a high yield savings? No, I can't think of a single reason, because we need to have cash. We can't invest all of our money. We shouldn't invest all of our money. We want to keep some money for emergencies or short-term goals. Jacob, maybe you're going on vacation in 6 months. We need somewhere to put that short-term and emergency savings. Where do we put it? Well, most people put it in a Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo account, maybe a credit union. The problem with that is they're not paying you any money. So how can we do the same thing but earn as much cash for our cash as possible? So a high yield savings like with SoFi, Wealthfront, whatever you choose, I use SoFi. They're paying about 4.6% APY. So it's like well over 400 times more than what those big banks pay. There really is no reason not to. Can anyone think of a reason? I'm missing something? All right, Doug says employer offers 401k and Roth 401k. How do you approach which one to contribute to? Or is 50-50 okay? That's an awesome question. Okay, here's how I want you to think about this. So you have the traditional 401k. It means you're gonna get a nice little tax break now, but you'll pay taxes on withdrawals in retirement. The Roth is the opposite. You're going to pay tax now, you'll be tax-free in retirement. So the way you want to think about this is, how can I pay the least amount in taxes over the course of my life? Here's an example. There's many different situations, but here's a simple one. You're young, you're 18, you just got a job, you're not making a whole lot of money. So later in life, you're going to make more money. So when would you rather pay taxes? When you make less money or more money? It's when you make less money. So when you're younger, the Roth 401k might be a better idea. Conversely, if you're a high income earner now, you make a lot of money now compared to, I don't know, you plan to live off of less in retirement. Well, maybe you can take the tax savings now and you'll pay less in tax now. Let me know if that makes sense. I'm 27 and plan to buy a house in the next 3 years. I have about $50,000 saved and can save $2,000 per month. What's the best way to save/invest? How much do you need to save? You don't want to invest that money. Keep it in a high yield savings, certificate of deposit, treasury bills, something for the short term. Mason, you're 18, in college, looking to open a retirement account this summer. Should I be looking into a 401k or Roth IRA? I also don't have a job that has a match or even offers a 401k at this time. Your best bet's going to be GG. Your best bet's going to be the Roth IRA. Super simple. You don't need to, as long as you have earned income, you can contribute. I have 50k cash sitting in a brokerage account, not invested yet. Thoughts? Ooh, at least put it in a money market fund while you're figuring it out, so you can earn some money, huh? Travis says, Roth or traditional? 31 years old. Your age is not a main determining factor for that. It's really, how much money do you make? Are you going to make more money later in life versus now? Can you do that thing where you ask your teammate a financial question? Sure. What question should we ask? And what's my cover story? Do I have some homework for my class? Why am I asking these questions? What's my backstory? Cover story, you're 17 and your 18th birthday is coming up. Your parents have told you that they were kicking you out that day. 500 saved up. What do? Oh, I love it. I need some advice, guys. So my parents are going to kick me out of the house, right? Just turned 18. So I got 500 bucks saved up. What do I do?
So I don't know.
Okay, think about it. It's a tough question, huh?
I mean, do you happen to have a job?
Do I have a job, Trevor? I do. Part-time job at a restaurant.
I think first thing you need is like a job, right? For money. And then probably a place to stay. And then you can like go on from there.
I like it. I need a place to live. How do I find a cheap place to live?
I have no idea.
Oh, me neither.
Is there like someplace online I can like find a roommate? What do you think? Find a roommate? Probably the best thing.
I mean, for me, I have friends that are like willing to take me in.
Ah, okay. So
maybe you can like, yeah.
So crash at a friend's place temporarily?
That's where I would go.
Okay, I like that. All right, Colin says, ultimately, do you think credit cards are smart for the average person? No. Why? I'm gonna prove it to you. So the average person has about $7,000 in credit card debt, right? Average interest rate's about 25%. If these people only make the minimum payment, it'll take them 320 months to pay this debt off. And in that time, you're gonna pay over $13,000 in interest. So for the average person, credit cards are a bad idea. But you're here, you're above average when it comes to your finances, right? If not, now you will be. You can use credit cards to your advantage. But for the average person, it's a bad idea. Just based on hard data we just looked up, right? Most people have a balance of $7,000 on their credit card. They only make the minimum payment. This is a used car right here. You can buy a used car with all this interest that you pay at the credit card companies, you know? Patrick says, I have $18,000 sitting in savings at 19. Any tips? That better be in a high yield savings, Patrick. Get that in a high yield savings. That's your first step. Link on my profile has you covered. It even gets you a nice little sign up bonus. Marco says, put it all in black. Next Gen Men says, if part of the year I make over 150K limit and other part of the year not, can I still do Roth? It's combined. That's a good question. So your combined modified adjusted gross income can exceed whatever the maximum is. I think it's like 150,000, 154,000. So if you're concerned about that, you can just do the backdoor Roth conversion, you know? And you won't have to worry about it. I'm 16, want to start drop shipping. Thoughts? I don't recommend it. Get a part-time job. And if you still want to do some stuff on the side, you can look into it. All right, y'all, have a good night. Talk to you later.